Did you know that over 100,000 jobs in Canada were lost in just 1 week? The economy is facing a crisis like never before, and thousands of workers are waking up to a world where their jobs have simply vanished. From coast to coast, businesses are slashing positions, leaving workers uncertain about their futures. But why is this happening? What's causing this massive wave of layoffs? And could it get worse? This isn't just about a few companies struggling. It's a nationwide issue with deep economic impacts. We're seeing the rapid disappearance of entire industries, with jobs disappearing overnight. The reasons might shock you. It's not just about the economy slowing down. There are other powerful forces at play that are affecting everyone, from office workers to skilled trades. Stay with us as we explore the 10 reasons behind this job crisis and what you can do to protect yourself in these uncertain times. You won't want to miss this. Number 1. Global supply chain disruptions. The global supply chain has been in turmoil for the past few years, and Canada hasn't been spared. When a business can't get the materials or products it needs to operate, it has no choice but to scale back, sometimes dramatically. The pandemic, natural disasters, and geopolitical tensions have all contributed to making it harder than ever to get goods from point A to point B. This has led to shortages of key materials, from microchips to everyday consumer products. As a result, industries like manufacturing, retail, and even construction have been hit hard, leading to layoffs and job cuts. But it's not just about the goods themselves. The disruption in supply chains has caused delays that ripple through the economy, affecting businesses that depend on steady inventory to stay open. When stock levels fall short, companies either reduce their operations or shut down temporarily, putting jobs at risk. For example, a car manufacturer can't build vehicles without parts, so workers on assembly lines are sent home. Retailers can't keep shelves stocked, leading to store closures and fewer shifts for employees. What does this mean for you? It's not just about what's happening in the factories or warehouses. It's also about how the aftershocks affect every level of the economy. The disruption has created a domino effect, pushing businesses to cut costs, often by laying off staff. The key takeaway here is that as long as these global supply chain issues persist, jobs in certain sectors could remain in jeopardy. So, if you're working in an industry tied to manufacturing or logistics, it's essential to stay informed and start thinking about ways to future-proof your career. Number 2. Automation and AI. The rise of automation and artificial intelligence is one of the most significant factors driving job loss in Canada. Machines and algorithms are becoming smarter, faster, and more efficient, meaning they can perform tasks that were once reserved for humans. From self-checkout kiosks in retail stores to AI-powered chatbots in customer service, these technologies are replacing jobs at an alarming rate. While some industries have embraced automation to stay competitive, this shift has led to redundancies in various sectors, leaving many workers without jobs. This trend is especially noticeable in sectors like manufacturing, where robots can now assemble products faster than any human worker. Even skilled positions like data entry and call center roles are increasingly being replaced by AI systems capable of handling hundreds of tasks simultaneously. The fear is that no job is truly safe from automation in the future, especially as technology continues to improve. What once seemed like tasks for humans is now the domain of machines, leaving workers to face an uncertain future. So, what can you do to protect yourself from becoming obsolete in this changing landscape? The answer lies in upskilling. Jobs that require creativity, critical thinking, and emotional intelligence are less likely to be automated. Roles in technology, like software development or data analysis, are growing rapidly, and people who adapt to these trends will remain in demand. The key is to embrace the technological changes happening around us and evolve with them, learning new skills that machines simply can't replicate. By doing so, you can ensure that your career doesn't become a casualty of the automation revolution. Number 3. Economic recession. Economic recessions are a harsh reality that often leads to widespread job loss, and Canada is currently facing the aftermath of one of its most challenging economic downturns. When the economy contracts, businesses struggle with reduced consumer spending and tighter profit margins. As a result, companies are forced to make tough decisions to cut costs, and laying off employees becomes one of the first solutions. This creates a ripple effect throughout the economy, leading to even more job losses as people cut back on spending and businesses further tighten their belts. The ongoing cycle of recession means that the job market remains fragile, leaving many Canadians unsure of where their next paycheck will come from. Recessions also influence government policies, leading to higher taxes, reduced public spending, and changes in interest rates. These shifts make it even more challenging for businesses to stay afloat, particularly small and medium-sized enterprises. In industries like hospitality, construction, and retail, where profit margins are already slim, a recession often leads to closures and downsizing. With unemployment rates climbing, the job market becomes flooded with people looking for work, and competition for fewer openings grows intense. Even those with significant experience can find themselves out of a job. So, what can workers do in times like these? The key is to prepare for uncertain economic conditions. This means staying financially savvy, saving where possible, and diversifying your skill set. When industries are hit hard, job seekers who have the ability to adapt, whether through gaining new qualifications or pivoting to in-demand sectors, have a better chance of securing a stable position. Building a strong professional network and staying open to temporary or freelance work can also help maintain income during tough times. While recessions are inevitable, how we respond to them can make all the difference in protecting our careers. Number 4. Remote work revolution. The shift toward remote work has been one of the most significant changes in the job market over the past few years. While it initially began as a temporary solution during the pandemic, it has quickly become a permanent fixture in many industries. Companies have realized that remote work can reduce overhead costs, increase productivity, and offer greater flexibility for employees. However, this revolution has also come with a downside. Many in-person jobs are now being eliminated or restructured. Roles in office administration, retail, and customer service are disappearing as companies shift to online operations or adopt hybrid work models. While the rise of remote work creates opportunities for employees to find jobs outside of traditional office settings, it also increases competition. People can now apply for positions that are located anywhere in the world, not just in their local area. This global talent pool means that even workers in Canada are facing increased competition from countries with lower labor costs. Many positions are now being outsourced or automated, which can leave local workers scrambling for fewer, more specialized roles. The result is a dramatic shift in how businesses hire and manage talent, and it leaves some workers without job opportunities altogether. For those navigating this change, it's crucial to embrace the flexibility of the remote work era. Upskilling to adapt to the digital economy, learning tools like project management software, cloud computing, or even coding can make you more competitive in the job market. Moreover, being open to the idea of freelancing or contract work can also help you weather this change. By building a diverse skill set and remaining adaptable, workers can find new career paths in the rapidly evolving landscape of remote work, where opportunities are plentiful, but the competition is fierce. Number 5. Industry shifts and decline. The landscape of many industries in Canada is changing rapidly, and not all sectors are adapting well. Traditional industries like coal mining, print media, and even brick-and-mortar retail are facing significant challenges. As consumer preferences shift toward more sustainable practices and digital solutions, these once thriving sectors are now in steep decline. With the rise of online shopping, automation, and green energy alternatives, businesses in these industries are finding it difficult to stay profitable, often resulting in closures, downsizing, or mass layoffs. For workers in these fields, the collapse of long-established industries means that many are left without clear options for the future. On the other hand, some industries are growing rapidly due to technological advancements and changing consumer needs. Green energy, technology, and digital marketing are just a few examples of sectors that are expanding at an unprecedented rate. As Canada continues to move toward a more sustainable future, there's a growing demand for workers in renewable energy, environmental sciences, and tech-related fields. However, the rapid decline of some industries often leaves workers with outdated skills, making it harder for them to transition into these growing sectors. This skill gap is a major contributor to the growing unemployment rate in certain regions of Canada. The key takeaway here is that workers in declining industries need to adapt or risk being left behind. It's crucial to recognize when a job market is shrinking and proactively look for ways to pivot. Upskilling and reskilling in high-demand areas, like technology or sustainable energy, can make a huge difference in securing future job opportunities. By staying aware of shifting trends and investing in lifelong learning, workers can position themselves for success, even in the face of industry decline. If you're finding value in this video, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share how you're navigating these changes in your own career. Don't forget to subscribe. It's just one click and helps us continue putting in the effort to bring you the best content. Number 6. High cost of living and inflation. The rising cost of living and persistent inflation are two of the most significant factors contributing to the current economic crisis in Canada. As everyday expenses like groceries, rent, and utilities continue to climb, businesses are feeling the squeeze. When the cost of raw materials and labor increases, companies often find themselves in a difficult position, needing to cut back on expenses to stay afloat. Unfortunately, one of the easiest ways to reduce costs is by laying off workers or cutting their hours. As a result, many Canadians are finding themselves facing layoffs or reduced work opportunities, even as they struggle to keep up with rising prices in their personal lives. Inflation also has a direct impact on the purchasing power of consumers. As wages remain relatively stagnant and costs continue to rise, people have less disposable income to spend on goods and services. This shift in consumer behavior forces businesses to adapt, and often, the solution is to downsize or automate certain positions. Even industries that are relatively stable can't escape the impact of inflation, as the overall economic environment forces companies to reassess their budgets and workforce needs. For workers in retail, hospitality, and service industries, the effects of inflation are felt particularly hard, as their income is directly tied to consumer spending. To navigate these economic challenges, it's more important than ever for workers to find ways to protect their financial well-being. Building an emergency savings fund, learning how to budget effectively, and exploring side hustles or additional sources of income can help alleviate the financial pressures caused by inflation. Additionally, workers should consider looking into industries that are less affected by inflation, such as those tied to technology or healthcare, where demand for skilled labor remains strong. By staying proactive and flexible, workers can better manage the effects of rising costs and secure their financial future during uncertain times. Number 7. Global economic factors and geopolitical tensions. The global economy is intricately connected, and what happens halfway across the world could directly affect jobs here in Canada. Geopolitical tensions, such as trade wars, diplomatic conflicts, or instability in key regions, can disrupt global supply chains, creating a ripple effect that reaches businesses and workers everywhere. For example, trade restrictions between major economic powers like the United States and China can result in higher prices for imported goods, affecting both companies and consumers in Canada. These disruptions often force businesses to adjust their strategies, which can include layoffs, outsourcing, or even relocating operations to other countries. Similarly, global crises, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, have proven just how vulnerable the world economy can be to unexpected events. Lockdowns, border closures, and changes in global demand sent shockwaves through industries ranging from manufacturing to travel and tourism. As businesses scrambled to adapt to the rapidly shifting landscape, many were forced to cut jobs or close their doors altogether. The pandemic also highlighted the fragility of supply chains, further increasing uncertainty in industries reliant on international trade. These global factors create an environment where job losses often aren't just due to local economic conditions but are part of a much larger, interconnected system. For workers, this means it's important to be aware of the global landscape and how international events may influence job security. Diversifying skills and building a global network can help provide opportunities even when local economies are struggling. In addition, sectors that are more resilient to global shocks, such as technology and healthcare, may offer more job stability. By staying informed and adaptable, workers can better navigate the challenges posed by unpredictable global events and safeguard their careers from the impacts of geopolitical tensions and economic shifts. Number 8. Corporate restructuring and downsizing. Corporate restructuring is an unfortunate reality for many workers, especially as businesses seek to stay competitive in an ever-changing market. When companies face financial challenges or a shift in strategic direction, they often undergo significant changes, which can involve downsizing, reorganizing departments, or eliminating entire job functions. These moves are typically made in an effort to streamline operations, reduce costs, or adapt to new market conditions. However, for employees, these restructurings often lead to layoffs or job cuts, leaving many workers without positions or with drastically altered roles. In some cases, restructuring happens after a merger or acquisition when companies combine operations and seek to eliminate duplicated roles or functions. This can be a particularly difficult scenario for workers, as the uncertainty surrounding the new company structure can create a tense atmosphere where job security is at risk. Employees might find themselves competing with colleagues from the other company or having their roles reduced to make room for a more efficient operation. Even highly skilled professionals may not be immune to job cuts during these periods of transition, as businesses prioritize profitability and operational efficiency over maintaining current staffing levels. For employees facing corporate restructuring, staying prepared is key. One way to safeguard against the uncertainty that comes with these transitions is to build transferable skills. Having a versatile skill set that can be applied across different industries or roles increases your chances of finding new opportunities. Additionally, staying connected with professional networks and seeking career coaching can help workers transition more smoothly into new positions. While restructuring and downsizing are difficult realities, being proactive about personal career development and staying flexible can help workers weather these changes and maintain job security in the face of corporate upheaval. Number 9. Lack of skilled labor. In Canada, one of the most critical factors contributing to job loss is the skills gap that exists in many industries. While some sectors are booming and looking to hire, they often struggle to find workers with the right qualifications or training. This mismatch between available jobs and the skills of the workforce is leading to a growing number of unfilled positions, despite high unemployment rates. Many workers in industries like manufacturing, construction, and technology are facing an uphill battle because their skills are no longer aligned with current job demands. As companies adopt more advanced technologies, workers without specialized training are finding it harder to secure employment. At the same time, the rapid advancement of technology means that workers are constantly required to update their skill sets. Automation, AI, and data-driven roles are taking over traditional jobs, but many workers have not been able to keep up with these changes. This is especially true for older workers or those whose professions have been drastically impacted by new technologies. For example, roles in clerical work and retail are being replaced by machines or automated systems, while jobs in cybersecurity, data science, and green energy continue to grow. Without adequate training or access to education, many workers find themselves left behind in an economy that demands continuous learning. To stay competitive in today's job market, workers must be proactive about upskilling and reskilling. Investing in specialized courses, certifications, or even returning to school can provide the necessary foundation to enter growing fields. Workers should also look for opportunities to gain hands-on experience through internships, apprenticeships, or freelance projects. With the right skills, individuals can bridge the gap and find opportunities in industries that are expanding rapidly, ensuring they are well-positioned to thrive despite the shifting job landscape. Number 10. Environmental and climate change factors. The increasing focus on environmental sustainability and climate change is reshaping industries across Canada, and it's not just about protecting the planet. It's also about the future of work. As the demand for cleaner energy sources rises, industries tied to fossil fuels, such as oil and gas, are experiencing major shifts. Governments around the world are implementing stricter environmental regulations, pushing companies to adopt more sustainable practices. This often leads to a decline in traditional sectors like coal mining and oil extraction, causing massive job losses in these industries. Workers who have spent their careers in these fields now face the challenge of finding new roles in a rapidly changing job market. However, while some sectors are shrinking, green jobs and positions related to sustainable energy are on the rise. As Canada works toward its carbon neutrality goals, the need for professionals in renewable energy, environmental conservation, and green technology is growing. Solar and wind energy projects, electric vehicle production, and sustainability consulting are all sectors that are experiencing rapid growth and job creation. These industries, while promising, often require specific skills and knowledge related to environmental science or engineering, which many workers in traditional industries may lack. This has created a divide between the jobs being created and the workforce ready to fill them. For workers impacted by environmental and climate change policies, the key to staying relevant is adaptation. Transitioning into green careers may involve reskilling through specialized education, obtaining certifications, or even gaining experience through volunteer work in environmental fields. Workers in industries that are seeing a decline should be proactive in exploring new opportunities that align with the global shift towards sustainability. By preparing for this transition and acquiring the necessary skills, workers can not only secure their future but also contribute to the global effort to address climate change, ensuring they remain competitive in the evolving job market. As we've explored today, Canada's job market is facing a perfect storm of challenges. From global supply chain disruptions to the rapid rise of automation, economic recessions, and the push for sustainability, many industries are in flux, leaving workers scrambling to keep up. However, while these changes may feel overwhelming, they also present opportunities for growth, adaptability, and transformation. By recognizing these trends and taking proactive steps, like upskilling or shifting industries, you can better navigate the uncertainties ahead and secure your place in a rapidly changing workforce. The key takeaway here is that adaptability is essential. Whether you're in a declining industry or one that's thriving, the ability to learn new skills, pivot to growing sectors, and stay informed about the economic landscape will help you stay ahead. The world of work is evolving, and by being proactive about your career development, you can ensure that you remain not only relevant but competitive in this new era. So, don't wait for the changes to overwhelm you. Take charge of your career today and position yourself for the future. It's not easy, but it's possible, and we believe you can do it. The job market is tough, but by staying informed, adaptable, and resilient, you can find the opportunities that are right for you. Now, we want to hear from you. What strategies are you using to adapt to these changes? Drop a comment below, and let's get the conversation started. If you found this video helpful, we would love your support. Subscribe to our channel. It's just one click, and by doing so, you'll help us continue putting out content that supports you through these tough times. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to helping you navigate the future of work.